017 is the number. So, what is 2024 going to look like? What will 2024 look like? I keep hearing people complaining about what it's going to look like. I just got off the phone with a teammate, and they were talking about, oh, look, I got somebody calling me. And then they looked up, and it was spam. And then they made the generational joke about, you handle it just like my mother. My mother, like when spam calls her, like she actually answers the phone and actually has a conversation. And I said, yeah, because it's fun. Like you're actually wasting your time to call me. I'm not like getting any data. I'm not burning data because I'm talking to you on the phone. So I figured if you can harass me, then I can harass you. But then what kind of call does it have to be? What kind of call does it have to be? So I've gotten calls for hair care products, insurance, Viagra, shoes, like weird stuff. Like, why are you calling me? It's almost like instead of sending me a phishing email or a spam email, they'll give me a call. And I'm like, why are you calling exactly? Like, what? Hello, may I speak to? And okay, so what? I say, so first of all, are you in America? And they say, yes. I'm like, no, you're not. So I just start arguing with them and messing with them and harassing them because I can. Like, I've even gone so far as to call back the person harassing me. Like, I've gone so far as to when they call me and they believe they can just keep blowing up my phone and calling me with different random numbers that are fake so that I'll answer, or they'll try to call a number. Like if my phone number begins with 414-333, they'll call me from a 414-333 with a different number thinking I might notice it or I might think it's somebody and answer it, right? Because they just generate those calls. And I always thought it was stupid because I'll answer the call. Like, hey, how are you? What are you doing? So some of them I've even asked, like they'll call, I'll say, hey, what are you wearing? Like, excuse me? Like, what are you wearing? What do you mean? What are you wearing? Like, I'll just ask a random question just to throw them off. They'll call, like I get these texts from people about, hey, would you like to write a book? No. Would you like? No. Stop texting me. So you hit stop, and then they'll rephrase the question, but when you click it, it's the same one. So you know what I started doing? They put a phone number in there. I'll call the phone number. You got mine already. I should have yours. And so I call them. I said, hey, do you want to write a book? And they don't understand. Like, they're like, what? Like they have a script in front of them, and they're supposed to read from the script. And so I'll just interrupt them. Hey, you want to write a book? Why don't you write a book with me? Since you're calling me to see if I want to pay $10,000 for you to write a book for me, why don't we just write a book together? And then they get confused. Then they start trying to read and do all sorts of things. And that's spam, right? Spam phone calls, spam calls. I got all the stuff on my phone that gives me an alert that says, hey, it's a spam call. And then sometimes it doesn't, and then it ends up being a spam call. Can you imagine how this will start in January after the Iowa caucus when they start running for president? Can you imagine the spam, the call? Like the last time Trump and Biden won and ran, it drove me so crazy that I literally told people, I'm going to be on my phone during these times during the day. That's when you can call me. Otherwise, I'm not taking any calls and turning my phone off. It got that bad. It literally got that bad. What are we going to do in 2024 when all this idiotic spam calls, texting, and why didn't legislators stop politicians from being able to send us spams and crap, but they stopped private corporations? We should find out every federal legislator who voted to allow politicians to keep sending us spam and crap and get them taken out of office. Term limit them, something. But then I thought 2024 is going to be so vicious, so crazy. And I'm going to be so tired of it by what? Mid-January? That I'm probably not going to want to vote by the time we get to November. I'm not going to care. I'm just not going to care. And at some point, I know that's wrong. Maybe I should total up the number of spam calls I get, spam texts I get, and whoever sends me the most, campaign against them. Like literally go on the radio and say, hey, don't vote for this person because they sent me the most spam. Because otherwise it's going to make for a long year. And it's just starting. And unfortunately, I don't know who I'm going to vote for because I don't really care. At this point in time, December 12th, 2023, at 4:10, I don't really care who the president is going to be, and I don't care who the president is right now. But when we come back, I know that I'm going to be talking to you about some stuff that's going on in the city of Milwaukee as it relates to water and as it relates to voting. Because those two things locally are some of the most important things that we have to do. Those two things locally are going to make or break the next decade in the city of Milwaukee. Mark my words, take my word. How you vote locally in 2024 is going to dictate your life for the next 40 years. The problem is 2024. And I had to come to the realization regarding 2024 is the only way out is through.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Hey Truth Nation, it's your girl Melanie Ricks from Nothing But The Truth, and I am so happy to let you know the best radio show in Milwaukee is now streaming live on YouTube every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. Yes, your daily power hour of nonstop entertainment is coming at you live on YouTube every weekday. So Truth Nation,